righty, folks. Welcome to Colonial Fieldhouse. I'm Jason White, and alongside me is...
I'm Jack Svita here.
Welcome to our first edition here of Plymouth Whitemarsh girls basketball. We have the Colonials facing off against Souderton. What's looking like possibly a maybe better result than what we saw last night, Jack. What are you thinking going into this game?
This Lady Colonials team has been on fire this entire season. A lot of their wins here coming on huge outcomes, winning by a lot. And, this team was kind of robbed of the finale for their last season with, of course, the all PIAA sports getting canceled once they reach the district semifinals. So it's a little bit of a revenge tour here for them in this district playoffs.
And ready, folks, here's the best part. Every player on the lineup right now was a starter last year. They didn't lose any starters, which you couldn't ask for. The team was already so good, so they've had another year to build chemistry, build a little bit more of their endurance skill set, etc. So this team's been very exciting. Souderton coming into this matchup won 37-15 versus Neshaminy. They're 5-4, a little bit of a sleeper team here, known for their defensive wit. We'll see here if they can keep up with the Colonials' red-hot offense.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to spread the floor out here early, try to get some of their shooters involved.
I mean, it's just everybody could shoot here. This team really have a buffet of different people that have different specialties, and it's really just a beautiful thing to watch here. I would say, unfortunately for us, almost every game we call ends up being a blowout because they're so talented. Here's a three-point for McTibby, and she sinks it. Starting off here 3-0 for the Colonials. Like I was saying, again, we've had so many games that were runaways, we end up having to find something else to talk about.
I think this Lady Colonial strength so far is that the full court pressure that they bring, it forces a ton of turnovers, which causes a ton of scores off that. So expect them to pressure a lot on defense and expect them to force a lot of turnovers.
So far, Souderton, I just think, trying to feel their way out here. Again, I'm not sure if they face the Colonials this year. Oh, and a three-pointer made. Wow.
That shot coming from Zimmerman.
Blow for blow. We might have a score fest here, Jack. Early on, 2 threes for the opening points for both teams.
I think the Colonials are really trying to space out this floor right now.
Flanagan gets it over to Cooper. Cooper slicing and dicing. She's able to pick up her own rebound. That's picked up by McTammy.
The Colonials really look to exploit their turnovers here from Souderton. Now it's going to be a matter of how much can they score in these half-court sets, not running the fast break points, not really able to capitalize on their athleticism. You got Daly open in the corner there.
I'm loving the passing scheme I'm seeing from the Colonials. They're spreading the court wide. No one's playing selfish right now. And Daly making it look easy. 5-3.
The Colonials just got to continue to shoot high percentage here, take high percentage shots, and just like that boys game, if you knock down those shots, man, you're going to take away the hope from the opponent.
Here we go, transition here for Flanagan under the basket. And Cooper with the and one. That's a senior play right there. She knew exactly what she was looking for, goes up with the shot knowing that she'll draw the foul. I mean, that's really as good as it gets.
Yeah, see that Flanagan on the fast break. Definitely one of the most athletic players on the team, a multi-sport athlete. She's going to try to take advantage of her speed there.
Cooper unable to sink the free throw. Leave it some points there on the board. I don't think it'll hurt them too much with a already 4-point lead. Ooh, and a steal there by Cooper. So you know what? That's great makeup right there. So she misses the free throw, then she's able to steal it right at midcourt, take it down, and draw another foul.
Yeah, that's what the Colonials really have to do here to keep attacking the basket, is try to get those points off turnovers. Cooper comes into this game averaging 7.5 points last year and 5.5 rebounds.
I wonder if this is going to be a little bit of trouble tonight. Back-to-back misses for Cooper on the free throw line. I think really this shot here is just good to build up her confidence. Make it and then build it up here. All right, partner.
0 for 3 from the free throw line as a team so far.
I mean, she's been playing some great ball. I'm not sure if it's just a little bit of a
There's still 5 minutes left in the first. No need to worry.
little bit of a lethargic, maybe just coming into the start. Maybe your blood's pumping a little too much. Free throw line's a little bit nerve-wracking.
It's the third Souderton turnover here, just 3 minutes into this game.
I mean, points off of turnovers, that's how you win games. Colonials right now are doing a great job of taking advantage of that. Here's McTamney, making it look easy with that hook shot there. I mean, she just makes it look so effortless and just sinking it in. Souderton with another almost turnover there. They got to get their act together offensively because the Colonials quickly are pouncing on them.
Looks like they're going to call that first team foul for the Colonials there against Cooper. It's going to be Souderton's first free throw attempt so far.
And they're able to capitalize.
Shot by Schneider is good. Her first points of the game.
And just a little bit short there. 9 for the score here.
McTamney doing the ball handling duties this time around.
Again, not a selfish player on this team, Jack.
It shows here, number 34, Jordan Thomas, has not really gotten any touches so far this game. I think maybe they need to incorporate her a little bit more in the game plan.
Daly with another make here.
She starts the game 2 for 2 from the field.
I think Thomas, they might be pressuring a little bit, and that's allowing other Colonials to get open.
Yeah, the Souderton defense is filling up that paint.
But again, when you have so many different shooters on this squad, I mean, it's just so hard trying to account for everyone. And I believe that might have been off Cooper's hand. We'll see what the call is. Coming into the game now, we have Abby Sharp and
sophomore Deja Evans. Correction, Laney Allen.
Thomas and Daly coming out of the game for a quick rester. Souderton definitely would like a basket here to just kind of try to ease up a little bit of the Colonial run right now. I mean, Colonials they're going all over them offensively. And defensively, it's just they're not able to get their passes off because so many of them are getting intercepted by the Colonials.
We're currently sitting here in that 2-3 zone defense, and that gives the Souderton a lot of opportunities to take perimeter shots. So it's going to be a matter on whether or not they're going to make
wide
them.
Open for 3 and just a little bit short. We see there, like you're talking about with the zone, that left her wide open.
Yeah, Zimmerman knocked down her first three-point attempt today. Can't keep the streak going here.
McTamney. Ooh, really nice look there. Almost able to pick up the rebound. I'm going to say this. I'm sure they watched their film. A lot of people know Anna McTamney. She's been great on this team for so many years. You need to get in her face a little bit more. I mean,
yeah, she had an open shot there, but she did not settle for the okay shot. She tried to drive in and get the great shot. Unfortunately, not able to capitalize.
Great defense there by Flanagan.
Great chase down block there. Flanagan only listed as 5'7" here. Able to use her speed and athleticism to catch up there.
I think what you could tell when you see players like Flanagan and Cooper on the court is they're actually both multi-seasonal athletes here. They both play soccer. They fly up and down that field constantly in the fall, and then they go right into the winter playing basketball. So their endurance right now is the peak of any player on this team. I think that's why we're able to see them get such great effort plays flying down the court because they're used to it. That's what they do all year.
Zimmerman airballs that mid-range jumper there.
2:52 mark here in the first. 11-4. Colonials up by 7.
The Colonials are yet to turn one over yet. They can keep that streak going. I definitely think they can hold on to this 7-point lead.
Flanagan looking McTamney. She's slicing and dicing through, and I believe she'll draw the foul.
It's the third team foul so far in Souderton. So if she can turn around the Lady Colonials' early free throw woes.
And she does. I mean, she's been one of the most consistent free throw shooters on this team. All around talented in every area of the game. I really was expecting her to make that. And
she's accounting for 6 of the 12 team points so far. Make that 7.
There we go. We hear a little bit of talking from Coach Dougherty. I think there's a miscue with the Colonial defense here of who has who.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of moving parts here trying to force the pressure.
I think for Souderton, you like that. I mean, any kind of help you can get here trying to just throw the Colonials off because they have their number right now. 3-point attempt. So that's 0 for 3 now with 3-point or 0 for 4 for Souderton?
1 for 4.
1 for 4, okay. That's right, they did have the one make to start it off.
Cross-court pass to Flanagan.
Oh. Right in the basket. Coming back into the game is Daly and Thomas. Taking out McTamney and Flanagan.
Yeah, this Lady Colonials team is really going to rely on 7 main players. Just plenty of enough to keep constant substitutions here and keep the whole team energized.
I think with the way that they play, that very fast, very quick-paced game, you need to give your players just a little bit of a breather because, again, it's like running a track meet. But that's how they also wear you down because it's a war of attrition. You have so many players that are moving so quickly throughout the game that are able to then get on the bench, get a breather. I mean,
great block there by Jordan Thomas. Led the team in blocks last season with 2 blocks a game.
Yeah, Souderton, they need to keep their stamina up for this game because, again, the Colonials, they don't get tired. Cooper getting it over to Evans, getting it over to Daly.
Souderton's really flooding that paint right now.
Here's Sharp over to Evans. She had Thomas under, just put a little bit too much on it, and that will sail out of play.
The first PW turnover that we've seen so far.
I mean, hey, to make it this far now of a turnover, that's a wonderful way to start off the game. Ooh, almost broke it up there by Cooper.
Great effort there to tip that pass.
Fast break here for Souderton. Souderton, quite some time between their last bucket. They definitely would like to end this quarter here with some kind of points.
For sure. Gabby Cooper playing some great perimeter defense up top there.
Under the basket. And again, that was almost a gimme, but they're unable to sink it.
30 seconds left. Colonials can get the last shot here.
Take down as much clock as you can here. No reason to give them another opportunity to score. Sharp.
Dougherty wants the last shot here.
Oh, for sure. Cooper over to Sharp. Sharp surveying. Daly getting it over to Cooper. Cooper getting it over to Sharp. Sharp with the long ball. She'll sink it. What a shot there by Abby Sharp to end the quarter. Put an exclamation mark on it. That's how you finish a quarter right there, partner.
And that was at least, 3 feet behind the line. That was showing off a lot of the range there. Not a great way to end the quarter, take the momentum.
16-4, excellent way to start the game. I would say almost couldn't start it better. I don't really have any complaints. We had a little bit of trouble with the free throw line, but besides that, I mean, they're doing whatever they really please on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, up to 40% from the free throw line, and even just as a team shooting from the field, they did great. They were 2 for 3 from 3, and that's definitely a high percentage that they want to keep going.
So with Sharp making that shot at the end, I was thinking about last year's team, and I remember she wasn't a starter. She was coming off the bench. She didn't get a lot of time. At about the halfway point of the season, she really broke out. She became one of their big-time three-point shooters, and that's really her niche, has been the three-point shooting. And again, when you're making shots like that, I mean, that's some Steph Curry-level stuff you're seeing out there right now.
Of course. Colonials as a whole here shooting 6 for 10 from the field. Definitely want to keep that high percentage up.
It was 32-29, so a three-point game. If your only loss of the year is a three-point loss, you'll take that all day.
Yeah, of course. You never want to lose, but can't win them all.
Exactly. I kind of like losing at least one game. It takes the pressure off. You're always hearing about perfection. That's a lot of pressure for a team to try to have a perfect season. So I
don't think you should go around telling different high school athletes that it's good to lose a game.
Of course, but if you're going to allow one to go, then let it be one versus a very good opponent and have it be a 3-point game. 16-4 here, 7:47 mark of the second. Daly getting it over to McTamney. McTamney back over to Daly. Daly over to Sharp. Sharp over to Flanagan. Flanagan over to McTamney. McTamney over to Daly.
And the Colonials are not settling for these perimeter shots.
And there's Evans.
Great shot by Laney Allen.
Or Allen, rather.
Shot a high percentage in the first quarter as a team. They're going to keep that going here.
Great effort there by the Colonials.
Great hustle. Up 18-4 right now, 7:20 left in the game. Still using that, not using that excuse to give up and play some lazy ball.
It's funny, but with all the pass rush thing, I feel like I'm back on the soccer pitch here. I mean, they are just swinging the ball all over the place with the ease. Flanagan. And look, she just knifes on through, no problem at all. I mean, Souderton, you got to clog the lane somehow, and they're just letting the Colonials get whatever they want down low.
And this team shot 60% from 3 last quarter, but they're not just settling for these 3-pointers. They keep trying to attack. They nearly forced a turnover there. Seems like every pass that Souderton's throwing, it ends up just getting tipped or deflected by a Lady Colonial defender.
I mean, whatever they were watching in the film room this week, they definitely got some really good looks, and it almost seems like they know where it's going.
Looks like Aaron Daly leaves the game with a cut here, and Gabby Cooper's going to have to sub back in.
Hope that she's all right. Souderton, again, they're getting decent layup looks, but they're not
Colonials turnover.
They're not able to sink them.
Yeah, I mean, there was some great defense there by Cooper and McTamney covering the up top, but then that left the paint wide open and exposed for the Souderton to take advantage of it.
So currently here looking at the PIAA bracket, so Souderton was an underdog. They're the 18th seed going against 15th seed Neshaminy. Guess what seed the Colonials are right now?
I'm going to say number 2.
Number 2, correct. So that means if the Colonials were to win all these games in a row, it wouldn't be till the final game that they would have to go on the road. So, partner, I think if the Colonials keep up this level of playing, we very well might have a lot of home games coming up.
Yeah, well, that would also infer number 1 seed Springford winning out.
Yeah, you never know. Just like March Madness, it's anybody's game, and as we saw last night with the men's Colonials team that we thought was going to have a pretty big win, sometimes teams just don't show up.
The great spin around and shot there by McTamney, just couldn't get it to fall.
If I'm not wrong, partner, did they play Springford last year in the championship as well? Or was it Springfield?
I'm not sure on that one.
I believe it was one of the two. I don't think they were able to pull it out, but I remember because they finished so highly in that tournament, that was what advanced them to the next round. A lot of these teams very familiar with the Colonials. Colonials also very familiar with them. We hear Chicago here.
It's been about 8 minutes here since we've seen the last Souderton bucket.
Man, oh man, forget about a drought. I mean, it is just, they're having some trouble offensively.
Shot by Fenchel, no good there.
Nobody's really answering for them right now. Meanwhile, the Colonials, everybody is producing. McTamney getting it over to Sharp.
Just going to keep making those quick, high percentage passes.
There's Cooper.
Cooper's got 4 points so far, shooting 2 for 4 from the field.
I mean, just like, again, partner, it's a fast break. And the Colonials are able to just stay right on them. They don't allow an inch. And Souderton unable to score yet again.
They're Sharp from 3 again.
I almost thought I was having a little deja vu moment there with a 3. I thought we were going to see another big shot there for Sharp.
Yeah, 4:40 left in this second quarter. We've only seen 2 points this entire time, those coming from Gabby Cooper.
Now, I'm not sure if you saw right there, but Sharp made an excellent defensive play. It was coming in. She punched the ball out, got it out of bounds. Now, Souderton still keeps the possession, but really nice defensive effort. Long ball. I mean, partner, what are you doing the three here for? They've been having trouble with it all night. I know that you're down a lot of points, but if you're unable to make your layups, I don't think you're going to be able to make your three-point shots.
If you stop shooting those threes, you can't lose the confidence. If you keep shooting them, you're going to keep that confidence, and they're bound to fall.
I mean, any kind of confidence they could use right now. Just all areas of the ball right now, they're struggling. Here's McTamney on the line. There we go.
She's 3 for 3 from the line so far tonight.
Expect them to dribble into it, right?
There we go. I mean, nothing more satisfying than that. I almost wish sometimes we're at the Wells Fargo Center and we could hear that, that little noise that it makes after a free throw is made.
I hear you. McTamney so far responsible for 9 of the Colonials' 22 points.
Again, such a pivotal part of this team. If you're an opposing player, I'd be absolutely terrified to go against her.
It's that 5th Souderton turnover so far.
22-4 here with 4:13 left in the second. Partner, this game's just flying before our eyes.
Yeah, quick game. Not a ton of turnovers on either side, really keeping the high-paced game here. It's Caitlin Flanagan's going to bring this one up. She's going to dump it off to McTamney at the top of the key. He's going to drive in. No good.
Souderton trying to just get something going here. Another three that's bricked.
Loose ball. Looks like there's going to be an injured Souderton player here.
Hope that she's all right.
Lady Colonials leading 22-4. 3:44 left in this second quarter so far. So they're going to take a quick timeout. Definitely here for the Colonials. They got to keep up that full court pressure. I mean, they've been forcing, 5 turnovers so far, not allowing a basket in over a whole quarter, and they just got to keep that up.
Here's the real question I have to ask. If you're Souderton, what are you saying to your team right now if you're the head coach?
I think, you kind of got to go back to some of the offensive plan from the early in the game. I think they definitely have to start forcing turnovers on the defensive side, maybe trying to get out in the fast break, get some open layups. They've only forced 2 turnovers so far, so maybe try and get some points in the fast break and start expanding the range from there.
I mean, it's just crazy to think, but the way the game started, it was 3-3 off back-to-back threes. We're like, oh, man, look out. We're in for a really special treat here. Since then, we've seen 1 point by Souderton, and that was a quarter ago.
Yeah, I mean, the Souderton's yet to make a 2-point attempt. They're 4 points coming off a 3-point attempt and a free throw so far.
I mean, we see it so many times in high school sports, but you need the high percentage plays. You got to take them. And when you're not able to get those, it's a really hard hill that you have to climb.
Looks like they're going to call a technical foul there on the Colonials. A lot of contact there towards the end of that play.
And the dry spell will not be broken just yet.
Pretty unlucky bounce there. Souderton just 1 for 3 from the free throw line so far.
Finally, there we go. They broke the ice. Now 22-5, 3:44 mark here of the second.
So Souderton's going to retain possession here as well.
If you're Souderton, you finally have a little bit of swagger going. Keep up the momentum. Get some kind of points here.
Yeah, I don't think that 1 point's really going to get the Colonials off their mark so far.
No, I don't think so at all. If you're Souderton, you need a Colonial cold spell, and you need to just start making some points. Here's a three-pointer. That won't go again. I mean, partner, I understand don't quit on the three, but they're just forcing the three at this point.
Well, see if they there's just no high percentage. There's no high percentage shots anywhere on the court. Any time they touch the ball, it seems like there's 2 or 3 Colonials just swarming them and forcing them to make some risky passes.
Here's Flanagan over to McTamney. McTamney over to Cooper. Cooper over to Flanagan. Flanagan with a little pump. Moving in. Going back out, getting it over to McTamney.
They're not settling for those good shots. They're really looking for those great shots, and I think that's why they're shooting such a high percentage so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if they're trying to buffer up the huddle accounts here and get some really nice highlights, but, I mean, they're putting on a dribbling clinic right now. Souderton unable to keep up with them.
Some great team ball here.
I mean, you love it. I think every player in the court right now has been passed to at least once in this possession.
I think it might be twice per person this possession.
Thomas all the way over to Flanagan. Flanagan over to McTamney. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. You knew they were going to score at some point, but they just made it a little extra entertaining there with all the passing.
It's 11 total here for McTamney so far.
(24-5) at the 1:54 mark here of the second. Game is just moving.
It's going to be a travel against Souderton. And Tammy's got 11 so far. Almost at the same as her 11.8 average from a season ago. Looks like Flanagan's going to bring it up here. .144 left in the second quarter. Lady Colonials leading 24-5.
Cooper getting over to Flanagan. Flanagan over to McTamney. McTamney back over to Flanagan. Flanagan for three. She will not sink it. A lot of times tonight she's been doing a pump fake and then passing out. She finally decided to take it herself.
Yeah, a little bit cold so far, shooting for 0 for 4 from the field, but still plenty of time to turn it around. I definitely think there was a lot of space for her to pull multiple three-point attempts so far, but she's really trying to work the ball around and make sure someone else can get a high percentage look off.
Souderton really could use this here, and again to no avail.
Rebound brought in by McTamney.
Over to Thomas, over to Cooper, over to Flanagan, over to McTamney. Flanagan.
45 seconds left in the quarter. Colonials in no rush to get a shot off right now.
Nope, not at all. Don't give Souderton that much time off of this possession to get points. Daly over to Flanagan. We hear Zipper. I believe that might be one of the formulated plays here from Coach Dougherty.
Yeah, it looks like McTamney gave that one up and cut here. They're definitely going to try to continue and attack the basket.
Give over to Thomas. Thomas under the net. She'll get that one in. 26-5, less than 10 seconds here.
Thomas's first shot attempt of the game's good.
And there we go. Alrighty, partner. Well, I'm going to give a pretty simple analysis here for Souderton. They just need to make baskets, any kind of baskets, because 5 points and a half, I mean, regardless of what level of play you're at, you're not going to win a game with that low scoring. How about you?
I mean, ever since that first possession, they've had 2 points. So they definitely down 21 points right now at half. Colonials leading 26-5. But I'm just amazed here by their discipline of not taking those good shots, those contested three-pointers, and instead making the extra pass and trying to get the open layup.
I think the funny thing you said is they only have 2 points. If you remember, those 2 points are off different free throws. So, again, Souderton has their work cut out from them. A great start here for the Lady Colonials. Couldn't have asked for it to be any better. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, so make sure to tune in for our coverage of the second half. Alrighty, folks, welcome back for our presentation of the second half. We just talked to Coach DeLucia. What did he say, Jack?
It says pedal to the metal, that they're going to try to keep up their intensity, but not only that, I just noticed here very high spirit, high energy from this Colonial sideline. No reason not to be up 26-5 after the first half. So they just got to keep playing their brand of basketball, and they're going to be in store for a great second half.
I mean, again, they came out with 2 minutes, got a little extra warm-up in. They're coming in energized. They have the momentum on their side. This is their game to lose.
Yeah, so far in the first half, they shot 10 for 20 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. So if they keep, making a high percentage of their shots, continue with that, there's going to be absolutely no issues here in this second half. Looks like the Colonials are going to start out with possession here.
So last night I was able to talk to Anna McTamney. She said that they're only focusing one game at a time, and they believe that they have the potential to make it all the way. They just have to focus and come out strong and finish through the end. So we'll see here if they can live up to those words and finish through the end of this one.
It's a great anecdote you got there.
A little inside trader stuff, commentary stuff here with CITV.
A lot of ball moving here to start the second half as well. McTamney's attempt's going to be no good.
We'll see here against Souderton with their back against the wall. Let's see if desperation mode starts to kick in. It won on the first shot as it's a miss. 26-5, 7:25 mark here of the third.
Kate, you're playing top. Just stunt, Coop, see both.
3-point attempt, short.
Transition it.
So we're seeing more of, as you would say, the 3-point woes from Souderton to start.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second half. They didn't make a 2-point field goal the whole first half.
And they're yet to make one in this half.
Jordan Thomas first miss of the day.
Flanagan dribbling out. Daly flagging her down. Here's Flanagan. Over to Cooper. Cooper over to Thomas. Cooper surveying, gets it over to McTamney. McTamney over to Thomas under the net. That's usually her gimme right there, as those plays right under the basket, but she's able to draw the foul.
Yep. It's going to be a 26-5 Colonials lead with just 6:47 left in this third quarter. Jordan Thomas at 2 points right now in the game.
So currently the Colonials, I believe, the only player to make a foul shot has been McTamney, right?
That is correct. I mean, Jordan Thomas is only the third different Colonial to attempt a free throw so far.
But she'll make it this time, so there we go.
Yeah, it brings the Colonials team free throw percentage up to 5 for 9 so far.
I mean, if you're Souderton here, you got to have something to hang your hat on. I mean, and there we go, a turnover.
First one of the half by either team.
McTamney getting over to Flanagan, over to Thomas. Again, like Coach DeLucia said, they look to be pedal to the metal right now, and I don't see any slow of pace from the first half going into this second.
Yeah, definitely keeping up with that intensity right here.
McTamney, nice shot there. Daly picked up the rebound shot, unable to make it.
Colonials opening up this second half 0 for 4 from the field. Those 4 shots all coming from different players so far.
They're getting good looks, so again, you come out of the half, you're not going to be quite as red hot, but they're definitely keeping up the pace and the passing that we saw. And Souderton, there we go, partner.
There's that first 2-point make there by Zimmerman, who also was responsible for the only 3-point field goal so far.
Here's Daly. Nice shot there. A little bit of an old school kind of underhand shot.
Yeah, picked up her dribble a little bit early, but was still able to put up a good attempt. 27-7 with 5:30 here in the third.
Souderton looking 3, unable to get it again. I don't know. I thought they might have been able to get, some points capitalized there, get consecutive baskets, but unable.
Flanagan slowing down the game up top.
Thomas over to Flanagan, over to McTamney. McTamney over to Daly. Daly over to Thomas.
See if you're going to say that was out on Souderton.
27-7 here in the third. 5 minutes, 5 seconds left. Souderton will be, or I'm sorry, Plymouth Whitemarsh will be bringing the ball in.
These teams practice those under the basket inbound plays a ton. Let's see what the Colonials have to draw up. They dish it out to McTamney. He gives it back to Flanagan.
Those plays always remind me of football. You know, you're trying to beat out your man, get open. You got the quarterback there under the net.
They remind me of my rec teams where I would sit in the backcourt and throw it there if no one else was open.
There you go. And drawing the foul there is Daly.
Second team foul on Souderton here in this second half. Definitely not a ton of fouls for either side so far. Playing some pretty physical basketball, but the referees seem like they're just going to let both teams play here.
Yeah, it's a pretty clean game. I like it. Definitely keeps the game moving, so beneficial for us and the fans at home, so we aren't having a game that's going to put us to sleep. Flagging over to McTamney. I like letting him play too. I don't like when an official gets too much into the game. It's not called Plymouth Whitemarsh versus the referees or Souderton versus the referees. It's Plymouth Whitemarsh versus Souderton.
Yeah, tons of contact there on McTamney. She's going back to the line. 4 for 4 so far this game.
Better knock on wood there, partner. There you go. The announcer jigs. It never fails.
Why would I even say that? Why would I say that?
I don't know, partner. I thought you watched enough live sports to know not to do it. Quick timeout here.
So far, believe it or not, Souderton is actually outscoring the Lady Colonials so far in the second half. A 2-1 deficit.
My word. 4:29 here in the third. 27-7. Colonials lead at 20.
I think the Lady Colonials may not be making many shots from the field right now, but there's going to be no issue here whatsoever as long as they keep trying to play a lot of pressure on defense and keep contesting these Souderton shots.
I mean, at the pace that Souderton's at, Colonials could not score another basket. They still have the game, so.
Very true. Very true.
Souderton's got to really turn it up here. I mean, again, they're just watching the game leave their hands. It's
like here for the Colonials. I think they may be trying to force a little bit too much shots here, especially with the big lead. I definitely think you can really work it around here, settle down, try to get that great shot.
McTamney now shooting her other free throw. All right, she redeems herself there, coming off the jinx. 28-7 here, Colonial lead. They got a couple decent looks that they weren't able to make this half, but I think still all in all, with the looks they're getting in the first and capitalizing off those, that put them in this spot.
A great trap there in the backcourt. Unfortunately, the Souderton was able to push it up to the front court.
We are different cities and states now. There's Utah.
What do you want? What do you want?
Coming from Coach Dowdy.
Looks like a little bit of a press trap defense here.
And it is working. Souderton seems very overwhelmed right now.
Yeah, it really just seems like they can't keep up with the Colonials right now, especially McTamney. She's got 12 points right now. Only Colonial double figure right now.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this one, Souderton was an 18 seed, so I'm sure nerves definitely aren't helping them either. I mean, that's a pretty ambitious opponent that they're going against on that opponent's home court. So, you know, a lot of factors coming into this one that are not on the side.
As a 2 seed playing against 18 seeds, you can't think of it like that, and that's definitely not what these Colonials teams doing.
Not at all.
It's like all these loose balls here just tend to go in favor of the Colonials. You know, once it looks like they're going to turn the ball over, it just happens to go out of bounds on a Souderton player, and they just keep managing to stay with possession.
They're playing highly efficient ball right now, to say the least. And I mean, again, Very clean ball.
Yep, leading 28-7 with 3:15 left in the third. Only 2 points for each side so far in the second half. Really a slow start for both sides.
Oh, a little bit of a tumble down there. McTamney able to get right back up.
A little bit of a hard fall. She got right back up trying to get those free 2 points.
Gotta love the hustle. Sharp over to McTamney. She's unable to lay it up. Still fighting for the ball. Great effort.
Ball. Look at that. It's out on Souderton again. You know, once they get that loose ball, I think the Colonials can really just keep maintaining possession there.
This reminds me of the movie Space Jam. There was a magnet under the court that was moving the ball around. It seems like that's going on right now with the Colonials. Getting a lot of help by the basketball itself.
McTamney's 3 for 7 from the field so far.
I thought for sure she was going to make that layup. That's typically her bread and butter.
Still was able to hustle it up, though, and allow the Colonials to retain possession.
Daly for 3, and she sinks it. Beautiful shot there. That extends the lead, 31-7.
She's got 7 points so far.
That'll get everybody's blood pumping.
Gabby Cooper playing some great defense up top. Now Abby Sharp on the defense.
Souderton really could use a basket here.
There's nowhere to go. There's no open shots right now. Exactly. You're gonna have to take a contested turnaround jumper like that, and that's just not a shot you want down 31-7.
No sirree. Quite a hard shot. Flanagan gets it over to Daly. Daly, we can see, has some wrap, so I believe that cut was able to get situated.
It's like Gabby Cooper likes this mismatch down the post.
I mean, with her height and her frame, it's always an advantage. One of the bigger players that's always on the court with such a big wingspan, able to get a lot of passes
Great
and draw a lot
there.
of fouls.
Cooper those 3 free throw attempts in the first quarter where she wasn't able to capitalize there. Chance for redemption right here. Very dynamic scorer, able to do it from 3 and able to drive in and finish there as well.
One of the premier players on the squad for a long time. And she's able to sink it. There we go, shaking it off.
She's up to 5 points so far in the game.
There we go, makes both of them 33-7 Colonial lead with 1:20 left in the third.
Looks like they're still gonna keep this full court pressure. Not taking that foot off the gas.
I really like that mentality coming into this game. You don't need to have this flashy, super high scoring game. You just want to really get comfortable, get out of your shell, break the ice of being in the playoffs, get the nerves out. The big ones are the ones moving forward.
Zimmerman airballs that three-point attempt there. Sharp runs a fast break, no good. Rebounded by Allen, who puts that in for 2.
Nice shot there by Allen.
Keeping that pressure. Souderton's able to keep that loose ball there. Great block by Cooper.
Daly. Gets it over to Flanagan.
A lot of contact there at the top of that key.
Yeah, a lot of battling.
Flanagan hits the floor.
Here's Flanagan.
5 seconds left in the quarter.
Take it down as much clock as they can. And a very nice shot there for Cooper to end the quarter. We have one more left. 8 minutes are what separates the Colonials from advancing to the next round and playing on Saturday.
Yeah, the Colonials 1 for 1 from 3 there. Overall 4 for 8 from the field. So a very slow start to that quarter. They were really only had about 2 points more than halfway in, but they were able to catch fire a little bit there. get ahead, take that 37-7 lead.
I mean, a 30-point lead because you asked for them to be in a much better spot than they are right now.
A 31-point lead would be pretty
31,
nice.
yeah, there we go. So I'm looking here at the bracketing situation. The winner of this game would play the winner of Unionville and CB West, the 7 and the 10th seed. Again, that would be the game would be here at the Colonial Fieldhouse, pending a win. How do you like the Colonials in that matchup? I mean, again, CB East was the only team that beat them this year, but I don't think West would pose quite as great of a threat.
What seed is CB East currently?
CB East, they might be in the other bracket, partner. Okay, CB East is the 3rd, so they're actually under the Colonials. So I guess what happened is they must have lost 2 games to give the Colonials then that 2nd spot.
So if we get towards the end of the road there, I mean, they could have a tough CB East and then a Springford matchup towards the end of the season. Not that you want to look too far ahead.
I mean, if we're really here, partner, looking super far ahead, I believe that matchup would be they would have to win this, win the following game. CB East would have to win the following game, and then that 3rd game, which would be on Wednesday, would be a matchup versus CB East. So having to be forged through fire, if you will, through the playoff. But again, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, and great teams are able to beat even greater teams. So
as senior Ali Zolti checks into this game. Great drive there by Sharp. She's got 5 points.
Again, I love the approach here, bringing out Zolti. You want to get as many people out on the court, get them as much experience as you can. You never know until it gets hurt. Here's McTamney all by herself, making it look easy. Scores 41-7 at the 7:26 mark here of the 4th.
And McTamney's got 14 right now.
I mean, that play right there, that's a backbreaker. If you're Souderton morally, that's a tough play to bounce back from.
I'm going to cut that timeout. The Colonials have not used a single timeout yet. I mean, not that they have had a reason to, but we saw that boys team last night. They used 3 timeouts within their first 5 minutes. The Colonials, I guess they're kind of just stockpiling those timeouts at this point.
Yeah, I think they want us all to get out of here as quickly as possible. Minimal stoppage time.
41-7 here, 7:22 left in this 4th quarter. That turnover there by Souderton was their 8th of the game. Compared to what the Lily Colonials team has done to other teams so far this season, I mean, 8 turnovers is not a very high amount, but it's still going to be very difficult. Compared to the Colonials, only have 3 turnovers this game.
They're winning the turnover battle, but more importantly, even though they're not getting as many turnovers, it's the pressure they're putting on defense. Souderton is really struggling to make any kind of shots in this game, and that's really when you'll take them not winning the turnover battle, but not having a huge margin of turnovers.
Chicago!
And I believe from what I saw, because it was out and the clock kept running, I think we currently have a running clock, partner.
It's always impressive to do that in a district playoff game.
41-7 here, 6:30 in the 4th. Souderton for 3.
Zimmerman no good.
I mean, they've just 3-pointers tonight have really been giving Souderton a lot of trouble.
And they made
Here's
their first
Zulte
attempt.
for 3. Ooh, almost.
Looks like Coach Doherty's going to call that timeout there, really just try to get some of his subs incorporated as Lily Bell McGordy makes her first appearance of the game.
We have a couple different subs coming in here. McGordy came in.
As well as Fiona Gunaratne and number 35, Deja Evans.
Again, like I said, I love it, getting them a lot of experience, getting their feet wet, getting them that experience in the playoffs, so that way, moving forward, if they're ever needed, they're not, too nervous and not lacking of experience.
Yeah, 6:10 left in this 4th quarter. Colonials leading 41-7. Perfect time to get them ready in case they need their to be called on at some point in this tournament.
I like the other thing too is it then also gives your starters a little bit of a rest, right? Imagine how minimal time that these starters have had in this game between getting subbed out and then here at the end getting taken out of the game. I mean, it's just like that's almost like less than a practice, because sometimes a practice could go 2-3 hours. So really here that's great for them, great for their legs, great for the stamina, because they're going to be playing on Saturday. Yell at me if I say it, but to give them that little rest heading into the weekend, it's great. Keeps them fresh.
It's like Abby Sharp's going to go to the free throw line here, her first attempts of the game.
She's able to sink them.
So far in this game here, Anna McTammy's responsible for 14 points. Souderton's got 7 as a whole. And compared to their 7 points, Souderton's got 8 turnovers. They got more turnovers than points, and I don't think anyone's ever going to win a game from that.
I mean, that might be a stat line you hear about my stats. Like, I have more turnovers than I do points, but not collectively as a team. I mean, that's doomed from the word go. They make a basket here. I mean, it's a mental victory at this point to get double digits. It's going to be a long bus ride home for Souderton.
Now they're back to more points than turnovers. They turn the tides.
McGordy getting it over to Zulte. Zulte getting over to Sharp. 42-9 here, 5:20 mark of the fourth. Zulte getting it over to McGordy. McGordy, nice little
Great
move
fake.
there. Layup just came a little bit short.
Get to the paint.
Souderton, they might have hurt us. Got a little inspiration here.
Yeah, there's 4 consecutive points. Guess that's a positive way to go out.
Go out swinging. Zolt gets it over to Sharp. Sharp getting over to Evans. Evans unable to capitalize. Are we going to see a Souderton eruption here?
Yeah, Colonials only 2 for 5 from the field so far this quarter. Great defense by Zulte there.
100%. It's funny, but I think if you looked at the bracketing of this playoff, if you took some of the lower teams, I think that the Colonial bench by themselves would probably be able to win. I mean, they have a very talented surrounding crew here for this Lady Colonials team.
Couldn't agree with you anymore there. They're going to call a foul there on the junior Fiona Gunaratne. Sophomore Angelina Balser is going to come in to check in for this game. It's only Souderton's 4th free throw attempt of this game so far.
Sharp coming out of the game. Souderton, I mean, they woke up here. Again, it was too little too late, but at least they're going out with something.
Shooting 80% from the free throw line. Just
They'll
have a lack of volume.
They'll take any positives you could take at this point.
The Colonials offense getting a little sloppy there with the turnover.
3:30 mark here of the fourth, 42-13. It's been all Colonials since the word go. Oh, there we go. I mean, look, Souderton.
Too little, too late.
It's at least nice, going on the bus. You're like, hey, see that shot at me at the end of the game? I mean, you're probably not saying that after a loss like this, but, maybe you can put it on YouTube later at some point.
Zulte does a great job drawing the foul there.
Hey, now it's Harvard to cross. Right? Harvard to cross from now on. There you go.
Lady Colonials just 9 for 16 from the free throw line so far tonight.
Souderton able to make this one 43-15. Now I'm going to say this, partner, and if you remember last year at the couple games we called, free throws have not been gimmies for the Lady Colonials. So in a game where it's a 3-5 point game, you would hate to see free throws be the reason they lose. I don't think it will be, but just something to maybe, a nice three-pointer there for Souderton. Just might be something to look out for moving forward as they advance and play a team like CB East, who they lost to by 3 points. If we're talking about that game with that statistic of free throws, that's going to cost you.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I mean, still shooting 58%, still a high mark. Great shot there by Deja Evans. Still shooting 58%, and I still think you can win games shooting percentage like that.
Of course. 45-18, a little bit over 2 minutes left here in the fourth. Souderton going down with a fight here. Really picking up rebounds, playing with a lot of heart here.
They're going to turn that one over there. Their 9th turnover.
Can't ask for any other way to go out. So real quick here for the folks at home, we just would like to thank our cameraman, Aaron Chun, and our executive producer, Tom Peeler, tonight, coming out. The real MVPs of every production. The people you don't see behind the scenes, but really the people that make this all happen. So special thank you to them. Can't give them enough credit where it's due.
Yeah, just like these substitutions here, putting in that hard work for the Colonials, doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, couldn't be done without them.
And
So
for some of
we're
these
see some of
seniors,
the Souderton players stepping off the court for the last time.
yeah, for a senior, that's definitely got to sting a little bit in a game like this. Souderton here, just trying to go out here, minimize the Colonial lead. You can still hear the Colonials cheering from the bench, though. I mean, they're still very vocal in this one.
Yeah, I mean, as Coach DeLucia said, there's no need to ever take that pedal off the metal.
Zulte for three, almost. Wow, great rebound there by McGordy. Fighting for the ball, tries to get a pass over to teammate, and they just weren't on the same page.
Just under 40 seconds here in this game. Colonial still leading 45-18. So as this game wraps off here, Jason, what are some of your final thoughts here?
I'll say this, coming out of the half cold versus a team that's going to be putting up more points, it's a little bit concerning, but they were able to pick it up a little bit and ultimately get a big enough lead to get some subs in. So I think keeping up the stamina coming out of the half and trying to work on the free throw shooting. How about you, partner?
Yeah, I definitely think that they played great tonight. I think that this how they're playing right now is definitely going to get them, to the point where they've seen in past years. But I think they still got another gear to kick it up here, and once they find that final gear, I think that this team could be in for a deep run in this district playoffs and potentially even a very deep run in the state tournament.
We're exciting and looking forward to yet again another home game at some time this Saturday. We'll keep you posted with updates on our Instagram. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Jason Wyke.
I'm Jack Svita. Thank you so much.
Take care, folks.